What's up, fellow YouTubers? This is your boy Donovan Darty, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Hubble's experiment and how I got to help him with this experiment. Not only am I going to be talking to you guys about this, but I'm also going to answer a few of your questions that you've asked on my YouTube channel recently. So to give you a little background information on the experiment, there's a white fuzzy cloud called nebulae, and these gaseous clouds were thought by some astronomers to be embryonic solar systems, while other astronomers just thought they were island universes like our own Milky Way galaxy. So during our experiment, all we were trying to do basically is just to try to discover new stars and new galaxies, and that's basically it, guys. So to get started here, I'm going to answer a few of your questions. So you've got Alex from Tennessee. What were you guys trying to do or find? Well, Hubble and I were trying to find the correlation between the distance of different objects in the universe and at the speed at which they were traveling in relation to us. And that's about it. So, moving on to the next question. Let's see here. Savannah from Arizona. Where did the project or experiment occur? Well, it actually occurred not far from you. We actually did it out west in Los Angeles, California, in a lab called Mount Wilson Observatory. So if you ever want to go visit, come check us out sometime. Nick from, where does that say you're from, Nick? Colorado. Wow. You ever go skiing, Nick? So let's see here. What other significant events were happening around the world at this time? Well, basically, Nick, one of the only things that's happening anyways was Albert Einstein was formulating his groundbreaking theory of relativity in the early 20th century, at a time when astronomers only really knew of the existence in our own galaxy, which later Hubble discovered the existence of other Milky Ways like our own. Who else was involved on the project? It's what Mary from, where's she from? Mary from Colorado as well. Wow. Who else was involved? So basically, there was no one else involved besides me and Hubble, and that's about it. We did all the work by ourselves, guys. Steve from New York asked, what was your role in the project? Well, Steve, I aided Hubble, and I extended the work of the Slifer by using the larger Hooker telescope. I took long exposures at the amount of shift of specific spectral lines relative to those produced by reference arc lamps in the spectrograph. I was able to calculate values for the galaxy velocities. It was a pretty neat experiment actually to work on, Steve. See, Nick from Florida. What impact did your project have on the physics community? Well, Nick, Hubble's observations made in 1922 and 1923 proved conclusively that these nebulae were much too distant to be part of the Milky Way and were in fact entire galaxies outside our own. Hubble's findings fundamentally changed in the scientific view of the universe. Supporters state that Hubble's discovery of nebulae outside of our galaxy sorry, lost my place here. Helped pave the way for future astronomers. Although some of our more renowned colleagues simply scoffed at our results, Hubble ended up publishing our findings on nebulae. This published work earned him an award titled the American Association Prize and $500. Wow, $500. And from Burton E. Livingston of the Committee on Awards. Were you proud to be part of these observations? Is what Candace from Eastern Kentucky University, wow, Eastern Kentucky, asked. Well, of course I was proud to be part of this experiment. I mean, I dropped out of school and had no formal education past the age of 14. And because I love the mountains and Mount Wilson in particular, I became a mule skinner, taking materials and equipment up the mountain while Mount Wilson Observatory was being built in 1917. And then after a short stint on a ranch in L.A. Verne, I became a janitor at the observatory. Out of coincidence, I volunteered to be a night assistant at the observatory. My technical skill and quiet manner made me a favorite on the mountain. Recognizing my talent, in 1919, George Ellery Hale made me a Mount Wilson staff member, so becoming a part of Hubble's observations was an honor for me. It was a great time, guys. That's all I got to say. I mean, working with such a great physicist was just a blast.